It was the height of the summer, and the long sunny days had put Mrs. Tabitha Twitchit in a particularly good temper. Not that she was ever ill-tempered, but at times like these, when everything was lovely and bright, she felt life was altogether delightful. And today, dear me, what a day for a party. She had asked several of her dearest friends to come and have tea with her. She had 3 little kittens, Mittens, Tom Kitten, and Moppet, and it was high time she got them ready. So she washed them carefully, dried them thoroughly, brushed them till they shone, and then dressed them in the very best clothes she could find. Tom Kitten got a blue jacket and a red waistcoat. Moppet got a yellow jacket and a green waistcoat. And Mittens, oh Desi, she got a purple jacket and a pink waistcoat, and all to match their own beautiful silky colors. When they were all dressed, Mrs. Tabitha Twitchit said to them, "Now you 3 little kittens, you must not go and get dirty. I want you to stay in the garden, and I won't be long now before I can come and sit with you. Do be good and don't go and get dirty." But the moment the door was shut, Tom Kitten unbuttoned his jacket and threw it on the grass. "We're free," he said, "and it's such a glorious day. Let's go and see if we can find some fun." So Tom Kitten, Mittens, and Moppet went scampering away through the garden, over the walls, under the hedges. And it was unlong before they were quite dirty, and their clothes were torn and tattered and very far from being clean. Then suddenly they heard a great quack, quack, quack. And when they looked around, they saw a family of puddle ducks waddling by. "Oh, do let's play at being ducks," said Tom Kitten. "It'll be such fun." And so they all fell into a line and began to paddle and quack just like the others. But oh dear me, they had no thought that they were taking off their clothes in their game, but it was all one to the puddle ducks. They took Tom Kitten's blue jacket, they took his red waistcoat, they took Mitten's purple jacket, and her pink waistcoat, and they even took Moppet's yellow jacket and her green waistcoat. And then, oh my goodness, they left them all standing there in their underwear, and the ducks took all their clothes and swam away with them. Well, the 3 little kittens were very frightened when they found themselves without any clothes and covered in mud. So they ran as hard as they could and climbed over the wall into the safety of the next garden. Then, oh, what shall they do? What shall they do? They couldn't go home like this. They simply couldn't. And that's when they saw a clothesline with some old clothes hanging on it. So Tom Kitten, he pulled one of those shirts over his head and buttoned it up. It didn't match his trousers, but it was better than nothing. And Mittens and Moppet, they did the same. Found some old frocks and they put them on. They were very, very sorry that they had no nice clothes to wear. And they knew if their mother saw them, she would be very cross, for she had told them not to get dirty and not to lose their clothes. Well, they wished they could hide. And that's when they heard some voices close by. Mrs. Tabitha Twitchit was coming back with her friends, and she said to them, "I've got something to tell you. You know those 3 little kittens of mine? Well, 2 of them have got the measles." Her friends gasped. "Oh, I do hope it's not catching," they said. "Of course it's catching," said Mrs. Tabitha Twitchit. "That's why I sent them to bed. I didn't want them to infect you, or I thought I'd tell you because, you know, one can't hide it. And besides, it's such a hot day. I really don't think you need bother about those poor little kittens. I'm sure they're not infectious." And so they all sat down together to tea. But the 3 little kittens were overhead, Tom, Kitten, Mittens, and Moppet. They were having such fun romping in the bedroom. They chucked their old shirts and frocks about, and they made a great mess. Mrs. Tabitha Twitchit didn't hear them. She couldn't hear them. She would have been very much affronted, but she didn't hear them. And so she had a lovely afternoon. But afterwards, when she came to look for her kittens, oh dear me, what a state she found them in. But she knew very well which way they'd gone, and she simply smiled. She had an idea or two as to how she would deal with them. I expect you know she dealt with them very well, because every mother knows best.